When we were in high school, there were many weird classes. Over all of them, there was Great Universal Writers,
better known as GUV.
In this class, we studied many topics. Some of them were epic, epic, Jane, Hey Marco!
Yes, Marco?
How do you say this?
Okay, let me check.
Genre.
Whoa. So the topics were epic,
Genre.
Middle Ages songs, the Renaissance, and Spanish Golden Age.
Well, the epic has several characteristics that distinguishes it from poetry. 1. Mix the legends with history, putting both at the same level, causing the myth and the reality to merge and look the same. 2. It was barely spread. The poets who were thought to recite poems to important aristocrats were called Eddas. 3. There is an invocation to a muse at the beginning of the text, in which the poet is asking for help to tell the story. 4. The use of epithets. An epithet is an adjective that is not entirely necessary to describe the noun, but is used to magnify one of its features. 5. The gods are characters who appear and coexist with humans. 6. Ornate language is used. It decorates the way things are said, making them sound prettier and fancier. 7. The literary figure in numeration appears in several chapters to mention something in more detail. Some of their most representative works are the Iliad, the Odyssey, and the Aeneid, the Book of the Dead, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the 13 classics, the Mahabharata, and the Ramayana. A lot of different civilizations contributed to create all these epic classics, mostly the Greek, the Romans, the Mesopotamians, the Egyptians, the Indians, and the Chinese.
On the other hand, we have the Middle Ages songs. These songs were composed by a community. It was a process that would gradually idealize the leader of a nation, making them appear as heroes. These types of texts help societies to create a national identification and unite as so. Some of the characteristics were they were very religious. They believed land were equal to wealth. That was a synonym of power. Lots of war were part of the text. They were superstitious, not scientific. And it was based on family. Some of the most representative songs of this period were the Cantar de Mio Cid, the songs of Nibelungs, the songs of Roland, and wait, what's that music?
Elemental, my dear Marco. The Renaissance. The Renaissance came with an enormous religious crisis and an art movement that couldn't be repaired, so of course many things changed in literature with this period. The stories presented during this time were almost never recognized to any author since it was punished to write against the church. Regardless of this, some of the general characteristics were: the stories show the past of the protagonist's life. The hero die. The future of the hero is destroyed by terrible events. The innocents suffer.
So, in conclusion, everyone dies in great agony.
So, Shakespeare is the most important author of this time, so the outstanding works were written by him. Some examples are Hamlet, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, etc. Some other works and authors are The Faerie Queene by Edmund Spenser and Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe.
Now step aside, it's my turn. Last but never least, the Spanish Golden Age happened in the Baroque period, when Spain was a country that excelled in literary production. The most important work was the Don Quixote. The characteristic of this work is it was considered as the first modern novel. It makes several narrators. It uses the resources of a novel within the novel. In the novel, there might be two worlds, reality and fantasy. One of the most known works of this age is the Quijote and the Galatea by Miguel de Cervantes, Culturalismo by Luis de Gongorra, and Conceptismo by Francisco de Quevedo. Some others are the Lazarillo de Tormes, the work of Mateo Alemán, the work of Lope de Vega, and so. Well, that's all. Bye!
Wait. We are just kidding. Finally, to close this topic, we want to emphasize on how much all of these authors, movements, and their works have had an impact on today's modern literature. It has been a pleasure for us to emerge on these cultures and their past. See you next Saturday on the Marco's Show. I'm just kidding, this is just a school project.